reports have come in tonight that the Mets are interested in another former Yankee outfielder free agent. Plus, we have another update on Pete Alonso and his possible asking price for his free agency campaign and what he's going to be looking for in a contract going forward. What is going on, everybody? You are locked in to this new edition of Mets Digest with your host, Michael DeAngelo. As you see on the screen, before I get started, I got to ask that you guys please subscribe down below. You guys have been killing it recently with the views and the subscriber growth, so we want to keep it up here. And we're going to give back to you guys by coming out with as many videos and covering as much of the Mets offseason and in-season as possible. So if you guys are looking for a one-stop shop for everything Mets baseball, whether it's free agency news, trade rumors, trade updates, free agency updates, signings, injuries, all of that, right here on Mets Digest. Me and Flobo Boys have been killing it so far this offseason. With every single report that comes out, we will cover it and upload it right here on Mets Digest. Now, let's get started. Now, that free agent that is a former Yankee who the Mets have just been reported interested in is Alex Verdugo. Now, this report comes from Chris Castillo, who is a beat writer for MassachusettsLive.com. He's also the beat writer for the Boston Red Sox. And he reports that the Mets, Pirates, and Blue Jays are three teams that are all interested in Alex Verdugo. Now, this Alex Verdugo is probably right now going to be a sought-after free agent, mainly because he's coming off of a pretty mediocre season with the New York Yankees. As you can see here by these numbers, they were not very Alex Verdugo-like. We've known him as a borderline all-star, top prospect player when he was on the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Boston Red Sox. And as soon as he got shipped over to the New York Yankees, his numbers took a big-time dip. And now that he has hit free agency in his career, it is now time for him to sign a contract with whoever team he chooses with. And the Mets could be possibly looking at him. Now, when we're talking about possible outfielder options here, you know, the room for the Mets is somewhat full already. Now, as we know, we've signed Juan Soto already, who plays in right field. And that is one of Alex Verdugo's listed positions. And in left field is, of course, Brandon Nimmo so far, with Jose Siri possibly taking over center field this upcoming season. We also have Luis Angel Acuna, who could be trying out for center field as well. So when we're looking at signing a guy like Alex Verdugo, it is most likely that he will be a bench bat, lefty bat, pinch hitter, third day of the series type of guy, looking to give maybe Jose Siri some rest or looking to give Juan Soto some rest. That is what we're looking for with a guy like Alex Verdugo, because mainly this guy is not going to cost a lot. You don't have to give this guy a multi-year deal with some big-time money. This is going to be a 1 year, whatever, $9, $10, $11 million contract this may be. That's something that you can give Verdugo and hoping that he could be a good impact off the bench. Now, we already know how much David Stearns loves his former Yankees. If Alex Verdugo were to sign, he would literally be the sixth former Yankee that is currently on this roster. Guys like Frankie Montas, Clay Holmes, Juan Soto, who both played on the team last season. And the list just keeps going on, and it keeps piling up now. And if Alex Verdugo were to join, that'd be another one, and it's just crazy. I wonder if they just have like something cracked in their organization where they know that if they were to bring a former Yankee over, that they could do something coaching wise. And they know something that the Yankees don't about certain players that they can turn around. I mean, between the likes of Luis Severino as well, who's now with the Oakland A's, or excuse me, just the regular A's, no more Oakland. Look, I'm just blabbering, but Alex Verdugo to the Mets, it could be a possibility. I don't think our interest reigns higher than the Blue Jays and especially the Pittsburgh Pirates. But having an option as a nice bench bat is nice. But Obviously, the Mets' bigger focus for right now is what's going on at first base. Now, Pete Alonso, as we know, has, had tons of reports and tons of rumors of what he wants and what he's looking for in his agent Scott Boras to get him a contract this offseason. We've heard reports that all he wants to do is come back to the Mets. I've seen some little things that where it's like he's not even considering the Mets whatsoever at this point. Look, you can believe what you want to believe. I'm just here to report it for you guys. And what we've heard recently is that Scott Boras is reportedly using Prince Fielder's former 9-year, $214 million contract as comparison for what Pete Alonso should be getting in free agency. Now, we know Prince Fielder and Pete Alonso have very alike play styles, but when it comes to coming off of a pretty mediocre season, that is what determines of what Pete Alonso should be getting, which in my opinion is unfair because of the amount that Pete Alonso has put into this team, the records that he's broken, and the list that he's on with other former great Mets at this point in his career. I think that when it comes to a free agent like this, you gotta look past just what he did last season. Obviously, all the talks about what's going to be happening with him this offseason, what his contract is looking like, was definitely getting to his head. You could just see it when he was in the batter's box. But for the most part, besides from that, if we want to break it down specifically, it is Pete Alonso's benchmark for Prince Fielder's 9-year, $214 million contract for a little under $24 million annually. That's over a 5 to 6 year deal. And that's a price range between $118 to $142 million. Now, the last previous report that we heard about anything regarding a contract was that the Mets offered him 90 years for 3 years. Now, that seems like a very initial offer, a very kind of bait offer. Oh, let's see if he takes this. He probably won't type of deal. And, obviously Pete Alonso has since then rejected that offer. Now, we don't know whether that's true or not, but, that's just us reading what has been reported. And this right here seems a little more realistic when it comes to the sense of, what he's looking for this offseason. We all kind of predicted that he's going to be looking for a 5 to 6 year deal. And this definitely explains it best, when especially around a price range of $24 to $25 million, which, in my opinion, I would be very okay with paying him something like that. Now, look, the Mets did only offer him 3 years at first. Now, you have to look at it in a sense of them looking at their payroll in the future sense. Now, why did they only offer him 3 years? Is there something going on in year 4 or 5 with the payroll to where they can't pay him that type of money? Because, you got to worry about Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor. And, those guys' salaries are increasing as they get older. So it could be a payroll type of issue when it comes to offering him that many years on a contract. But, if you're able to offer something like this, I think every Mets fan would be rather satisfied with a deal like this. We get Pete Alonso for pretty much his full amount of prime years, and he will be a free agent by the time he should be declining, to say the least. But for right now, that is all I have for you guys here on Mets Digest. Make sure you guys subscribe down below. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about Pete Alonso's ongoing debacle when it comes to his free agency campaign. Hiring Scott Boras has been a major mistake for Pete Alonso. I think we can all admit that now. But let me know what you guys think about these Alex Verdugo rumors as well. We also have more rumors on regarding our pitching staff and our bullpen. Make sure you guys go check out Flobo's recent video for more news on that. But I will be signing off now for Michael DeAngelo at Mets Digest. I will see you guys in the next video. Good night, y'all.